Imagine this. It's as the dead of night on a Korean battlefield in 1950. The air is thick with the smell of gunpowder and the deafening roar of artillery. In the middle of this chaos, a lone figure moves with unwavering resolve. This isn't a battle-hardened soldier, but a nurse named Captain Lillian Kinkler Keel, and tonight her courage will be tested like never before. Lillian wasn't just any nurse. She was a flight nurse, one of the elite medical professionals of the Air Force. Her job was to fly into the heart of combat zones, stabilize the wounded and get them out. These were no ordinary flights. They were C-47 cargo planes, rattling and unpressurized, often flying into active fight. On the ground, Lillian and her team would have just minutes to load dozens of critically injured soldiers onto stretchers, stacking them 5 high inside the cavernous hull of the plane. It was a race against time, where every second counted. Lillian had already served as a flight nurse in World War II, completing over 200 evacuation missions. She thought her time in the sky was over. But when the Korean War broke out, she didn't hesitate. She re-enlisted, knowing full well the dangers that awaited her. She believed her skills could save lives, and that was all that mattered. Back in the air, she flew mission after mission, her plane a beacon of hope for those stranded on the battlefield. She and her fellow nurses were the angels of the sky, bringing comfort and care in the darkest of hours. One particular mission, however, would forever be etched in her memory. Her plane landed on a makeshift airstrip under intense enemy fire. Soldiers were falling all around them. The ground crew was pinned down, unable to move the wounded from the open field to the relative safety of the aircraft. Without a moment's hesitation, Lillian Kinkler Keel left the plane and ran directly into the line of fire. Bullets whizzed past her head, and the ground shook with explosions. She ignored it all. Reaching the first wounded soldier, she grabbed his stretcher and began to drag him, inch by agonizing inch, across the open ground back toward the plane. He was heavy, the terrain was rough, and every muscle in her body screamed in protest. But she didn't stop. She made it to the plane, then turned around and ran back into the storm of steel for another and another and another. One by one, she single-handedly dragged 11 wounded men to safety, all while enemy forces tried to pick them off. Her uniform was torn, her hands were raw, but her spirit was unbreakable. Thanks to her incredible bravery, every single one of those men made it onto the plane and survived. Lillian Kinkler Keel would go on to fly hundreds of missions in both World War II and the Korean War, becoming one of the most decorated women in American military history. Her story isn't just about one night of incredible heroism. It's about a lifetime of selfless service, of putting others before herself, and of running toward danger when everyone else was running away. She wasn't just a nurse. She was a warrior, a guardian angel, and a true American hero whose legacy of courage continues to inspire us all. Thank you so much for watching. If you were moved by Lillian's story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of incredible bravery. See you next time.